Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. You know very well that when we start Flash, we take a new file and then we start working. So, in these two chapters that we have studied recently, we have started from the beginning that what is basically Flash and what does it do, and how we can make simple graphics in it, and how we can make animations, small animations. So today we are going to see the question and answers for this chapter. Let me open the text for this chapter so that you can write in your notebooks. Those who are interested to know the marks, I would like to tell them that the marks will be announced. So no need to ask about that because some students were asking about the marks. So when the result will be announced, so you'll be able to know about it. Okay. So we had not only read the chapter, but also we had implemented all these commands. All the students will keep the cameras closed. So we had discussed about different tools available over here and different types of options. And not only we discussed these tools, but also we implemented. And in your previous videos, you can see different kinds of applications of these all tools. What we need to do today, we have to see these are the tricky terms are there after each of the chapter. You should know about them. We have already discussed. Now come to the MCQs, objective questions, which are given over here. Which of the following are available in Property Inspector when you select the line tool? Now, if you go to the Flash and you click the line, when I have clicked the line, see the Property Inspector. What are the things over here? Color, stroke color is there, its thickness is there, stroke height, its design is there, stroke style. Okay, so these all options are there. What kind of stroke will be? It will be solid or dotted or dashed. What kind of design it will be? So these are the options available over here. Stroke color is there, stroke style is there, stroke height is there. It means all of these options are there in when we select a line. Now, each shape consists of a fill, stroke, or both. When we draw one shape, you can see over here, just like when I am drawing one shape, so it has stroke as well, the outline, and fill color as well. Okay, stroke and fill color, both the things are there. It means both parts are important. So both 1 and 2. When you draw an oval or a circle using dash tool, you cannot change the start angle, end angle, or inner radius after drawing the shape. When we are drawing using oval tool, we cannot change the radius afterwards, inner radius, because there is difference between the two. One is oval tool and one is primitive oval tool. Okay, primitive oval tool and the oval tool. So both have some difference. In primitive we can change this angle, but in oval we cannot. Fine, so oval is the answer over here. Radial gradient option creates a gradient that shades from the starting point to the ending point. We had seen in detail in a dash pattern. Radial means when we are drawing the color in circular manner, and linear means when there is left to right or right to left or top to bottom in this way. So it will be basically the circular. Which key will you press while dragging to draw a perfect square using the rectangle tool? If we draw the rectangle, you can see over here, this is a rectangle. But when we have got one rectangle, already developed rectangle is there. So what we can do with it, if we are transforming it, so by pressing the shift button, you can transform it with the same ratio. Length and breadth will not be disturbed. It will be in the same ratio. But if we don't press the shift, then length can be of different size, breadth can be of different size with some different ratio. So that is basically the problem that we can resolve when we take shift tool with us. So shift tool is important. Similarly, when we are drawing, let's suppose take an example of the circle. When we draw the circle, oval tool, and I draw it, so it can be drawn in this way, in this way, in this way. This is a problem. So if I press shift and then I start drawing, so it will be a complete circle. It will not be oval shape. It will be a complete circle. Because why? Because I have pressed the shift key, whether in any size. In any size I can press shift, in any size I can draw the circle, just like this is a circle. So this is the case that we must know. Okay, so now come towards the question and answers, which are descriptive questions. But before going towards the descriptive questions, let me mark the attendance. No one will raise the hand. Let me mark the attendance. I have mentioned that no one will raise the hand. Let me mark the attendance. Let it be finished. Aris Khan to reach Ahmed. Then Laiba. Mohammed Tahir. Sayyid Ayan Mansoor. Okay. So over here, name any two modifiers of the eraser tool. What are the two modifiers? When we click the eraser tool, you can see over here. What are the modifiers? You can see over here. Faucet modifier is there. We have discussed all these things. This is the another modifier, eraser shape. Another modifier, which is basically the mode of the erasing mode. Fine. So these all are the modifiers, and we had discussed about them. It is used to erase the similar color, the faucet. So what are the modifiers available over here? If we go to the answer, you can see over here faucet modifier and eraser mode. Eraser mode is also one of the modifiers. Now, differentiate between rectangle tool and primitive rectangle tool. What is the difference between rectangle tool and primitive rectangle tool? I don't think so there is any issue in the rectangle tool or prim. Can anyone raise the hand and can anyone let me know about it? Yes, Maida.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Yes, please.
Sir, in the primitive rectangle tool, we can like turn the corners,
Okay.
and we can not do that in the rectangle tool.
Yeah, this is the main difference. In primitive, we have got basically when we take a rectangle, in normal rectangle and primitive rectangle, this is the difference that in primitive rectangle we have got this option to curve the corners, to bend the corners, and in normal rectangle this option is not available. So we have written the answer over here. When we draw a rectangle with rounded corners, first we have to specify the radius for the corners and then draw the shape. After drawing the shape, we cannot modify the radius. We are talking about the normal rectangle tool. But primitive rectangle, if we use primitive rectangle, then we can modify the radius after drawing the shape. So oval tool, same is the case with the oval tool as well. Let me check this question in book. Okay, so this is the question number B in our exercise that I have mentioned over here. So in question number B, the question is about the rectangle tool and the primitive. So in primitive and rectangle, basically this is the difference that we have mentioned, that the rounded corners can be applied, and in primitive we can change the rounded corners at any time, just like you can see over here. But in normal rectangle, we can have the rounded corners, but in the beginning when we have mentioned, so these are not going to be changed afterwards, after drawing. But in primitive, these can be changed. So basically, this is the difference that we need to understand. Now evaluate the statement. Now see that who. Now please lower the hands, all these students. See the next question. I'm going to ask the next question. Evaluate the statement application software such as Flash CS3 have replaced the artist palette. The question is because whether Flash is that much good graphic software that we don't need any artist. So you need to have an evaluation, you need to make a comparison. Yes, please raise the hand and let us know. What do you consider that Flash is a replacement for an artist? Artist is that person who draws by hand on the canvas. Okay. And same kind of drawing we can make in the Flash as well. So the question is that Flash has replaced the artists. What is your idea? What is your opinion about it? Yes, Ariz.
Yes, sir. My opinion is that when an artist draws by hand, if he makes a mistake, he cannot, he cannot correct his mistake. But in Flash, you can correct your mistake whenever you have done a mistake.
Good, good. Anyone else who would like to add anything in this regard, Daniel?
Sir, an artist have his own creativity. So yeah, an artist makes his own art, and the same. And if he does mistakes, he cannot do it. He cannot rub it. And he have to take a new canvas. But in Flash, we can. erase that mistake.
Okay, okay, good. Iman Zafar.
Flash has not replaced the artist palette because both of his fields have their own advantages and disadvantages.
Good.
In Flash, you don't have as many brushes as you can get as as an artist have has, and the one who draws by hand cannot undo their mistakes.
Good. Good answer. It is also a very good answer. Yes, Safi.
Sir, my answer is that any if the artist is doing painting in the canvas and he does the mistake, so it's very difficult for him to just undo that paint. But in Flash we can do like just fill the color inside or just paint and just fill the color and just fill the paint by using fill bucket.
Okay, good. Rimsha Zia.
So Flash is most easier because we can color, we can paint, and we can draw the image easily. But if artists do on any papers like that, so it's very difficult. It will take a lot of time.
Okay, good. Yasir. Yasir Gadal.
Sir, the artist use many things that he want to paint and draw a thing, uh, but uh, but in Flash we can all the things that the artist wanted. It is in Flash available.
Okay, good. Yes, Solaf Ibrahim.
Sir, sir, in Flash, there are tools which helps in the color tools and the shape tools and the lasso tools which helps us better than an artist because an artist will take time in the drawing and can't repeat it and make a copy of it. And if he paints, it takes time and doesn't fill at one time, and maybe you get color out of line.
Okay, okay. Yes, Hiba. Hiba, would you like to add something? I have unmuted you. Hiba Imran. Hiba, I am unable to listen to you. See your mic, check your mic. Nabiha Asad. Yes, Nabiha.
So I want to add that in Flash you can create animations, drawings, but in the on the paper on the canvas we can't create animations.
Okay. So all the answers that you have given, basically this is an evaluation. What we are doing an evaluation. Human being has got a human brain. Definitely human brain is superior to any software. Software is programmed. Something could be missing in the software that comes in your mind. So there isn't any, basically there isn't any comparison. There isn't any.
Sir, can you hear me
Yes,
now?
please. Yes.
Yes, sir. Flash is a useful software for artists because there are many different tools for creating different shapes, and we can also draw with hand. So it's if we want, if an artist by mistaken makes any mistakes, he or she can rub it and fill it with paint bucket.
Okay, fine. Good. So the question over here is that who is better? Both have their own advantages and disadvantages. A human brain does not have any match with any software because human brain is definitely a human brain. Artist has got his or her own creativity that any software cannot provide. Software will give you the tools. What Flash is giving you? Flash is providing you the tools. Of course, the tools which are given over here are of course important, but definitely it depends on a good designer who is going to use these tools. Your Flash is not going to give you the prepare built-in graphic whatever you want to have. No. Of course, you need to have a good mind behind it. But not the comparison is about the manual painting and Flash. Of course, there are differences. In manual painting, you need to have the canvas. If the paper is disturbed due to any reason, any mistake is done, so of course you will have to remove the paper. You will depict a new paper on the canvas and then you will start working. But normally the expert artists, they don't do such kind of mistakes. Since they are experts, so they do accordingly. But in of course when you are doing something using software, so you have the advantages for making copies, for making small and medium and large sizes, for making multiple copies, changing colors in a second. These all things are possible in the software, but not in the real world. In real world, you will have to reinvent the wheel. Now, if you come to the next question, we have left part C, question C, third question we have left because it was about these steps. Okay, how you are going to draw or some object. Now, question is that why do you think that the property inspector panel is necessary while working on Flash document? Why do you think that the property inspector panel is necessary? Because property panel, whenever you click any tool, whether you are clicking the pen line tool, you can see the properties over here. You are clicking the rectangle, you can see the properties over here. You are clicking the eraser, you can see the properties over here. Whatever object you are clicking, you can see brush tool, you can see the properties over here. So whenever we are taking any, now I have clicked the text button, text tool. You can see the properties related to the text style is there, text size is there, text color is there, bold, italic, left align, right align, justified. All these options are there. So this thing is very important that whatever we are going to apply any tool, so it will have some modifiers. Number one, modifiers will be given over here, and it will have some properties will be given over here in the property palette, property inspector, normally called property inspector. So property inspector is very important. Over here you can see that. Yes, Aris, you want to add something over here?
Yes, sir. If we don't have the property inspector, we won't be able to change the shape and change the font of the shape
Yes.
and the outlines and the color.
Yeah,
Color
how we
can be
will,
changed by pen bucket.
good point. How we will be able to apply different modifications in the given object that we are going to draw if the property inspector is not available? Amina Mustafa, you want to add something?
Yes, sir. Sir, if we didn't have property inspector, we wouldn't be able to change the appearance of an object like the stroke, the fill color. The fill color you can, and the stroke, but like other
Yes.
tools like um,
We will be able to, if the property inspector is not there, so a tool will be limited. The strength of the tool will be limited. We will not be able to have multiple variations in that particular tool. Hiba Imran.
Sir, property inspector is important because without a property inspector, we can't apply any option. Like when we select any object, there are many properties like line thickness and many others.
Okay, fine. Good. Yes,
Thank
Iman
you.
Zafar.
The property inspector is important because it lets us see the property of the selected object, and without it we cannot see the color of the object uh, or any of the
Any of
stroke
the,
color.
yeah, related options which are related to that particular tool. So what is the result that property inspector is very important in Flash. If the property inspector is not there, then the tool, for example, if we take the rectangle, then what is the color inside, what is the color of the stroke, what will be the angle that we are drawing. All these options will be very much limited. How we can delete the stroke, how we can apply the stroke, all these options will not be in proper working condition. So this thing is very much important. Now, why do you think that the property inspector is important? What we have written over here, property inspector is necessary because because it enables us to, number one, to assign different properties to the shapes inserted into a Flash document. Just like when we take polygon, so using property inspector, we can convert it to the star. We can change the number of corners and all these things. Set properties such as fill color, stroke size, etc. Allow users to change shapes as they require. Using property inspector, we can change the shape according to our will. So basically, these are the questions. And I have mentioned a number of times that the question and answers are not that much important, as much the practical experience of that software is important. So if there is any student who has not installed the Flash, even after doing these two chapters, so it will be very, you know, what can I say about it, that this thing is not good. It means that he or she has not done any sort of practice, because the softwares like Flash, they require practice, they require time. Question and answer is not a big deal. What is the purpose of eraser? Eraser is used to delete the object or erase the. This is not a big deal for you. Being a student of computer science, you must have the hands-on practice. You must be able to use those all tools that you are using. Yes, Umar Jasim, you want to ask something? Umar Jasim, I have unmuted you. I'm not able to listen to you. Uh, Fine. Salaf Ibrahim.
Sir, will there be more online assessments of computer science or it was only one?
In next monthly test, you are going to have the test again, of course. Of
Okay,
course.
sir.
So I will upload this document in your Google Classroom. So you will have to write in your copies. Now we go to the book again and we see what are the practical things given over here that we need to do. In the lab activities, remember this pillow we had done. Remember? We have already done this. Sania Zehra, you want to ask something? Okay, I have unmuted you.
Sir, sir, I wanted to ask how do we open the property inspector panel? When I open my Flash document, it doesn't come.
Okay, if it is not visible for anything, I had explained this thing earlier. For anything, for example, this tool panel is not visible. Go to the menus, find it out over here. Just like tool panel is there in the Windows. If tool panel right now, can you see on my screen? Tool panel is there.
No.
I will go to window and I will click over here on the tools, or I will press Ctrl F2, then tool panel will be visible. Similarly, if the properties are not visible, go to the window or find out in the view option or any other option where is the properties. Find it out. So normally in Flash, it is available in the window. So over here you can see the shortcut properties can be visible by Ctrl F3. Now my properties
Okay.
are not visible. Can you see this?
Yes.
If I go and I click, then now this is visible. Can you see this? Similarly, if you
Yes.
want to show the grid lines, show grid lines, now grid lines are visible. If I go and I say no grid lines, so then the grid lines will not be visible. In this way, we can switch on and off anything.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now if you see over here, in the lab activities, we had done the lab activity number 1, how to draw a pillow. And you can see over here now lab activity number 2. Rashida loves flowers. She has decided to paint a few flowers using the tools available in Flash CS3. Her effort is shown alongside. Can you draw the same graphic? Now, how can we draw this? Please see on your screen. Please see. First flower is this is the flower. This is another yellow color flower. Okay, one has got inside brown color. Okay, fine. What we are going to do? Simple steps are there. Go to the shape tool, take outline, should be no outline, no outline. I am going to take no outline. I am going to take a pink color over here, poly star, and I am going to take a polygon with how many petals? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5. Over here 5 are required. Okay, I am going to draw a poly star with the 5. Now can you see this? Okay, how can I convert to the I'm drawing right now this one. How can I convert it to this shape? I can convert it to this shape by making these corners in round shape. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm making these corners in round shape. The changes can be done according to requirement. For example, if there are no proper edges, corners, so then of course I'm going to delete. Now you can see over here though no corner is there, so I can delete this corner as well. I can remove this corner in this way. This corner, this edge is there, I'm going to eliminate this edge. Okay, now what is there over here? If you see over here, then you can see that the petals are long, so I am increasing these corners. Bring mouse cursor when it is converted. Okay, so now I think you can see that we have drawn such kind of image. Now see another example. See another example. Another example which is given over here. Draw this sunflower. How we can draw this? See again. But it is having 6 corners. I'm going to take in yellow color. I'm going to take 6 corners now. I can resize it afterwards. Okay, now I will take the selection tool. I will change the corners. Now, if you go to this activity, you will see that the petals are long. So how we can make it long? We can bring this point over here. So in this way, we can make the petals long. I'm bringing the corner inside. I'm bringing the corner inside. And in this way, I'm going to make the petals long. Now petals are long. Now inside there is brown color circle that I'm going to draw using this shape in dark brown color. By pressing shift, I'm drawing it over here. Now I can place it inside. Okay, I can join it by right clicking, by saying convert to symbol, graphic. This is a graphic. Okay, this is another graphic. I can convert it to symbol as well. Now third one and fourth one are also there that you can make by different combinations of these flowers. Just like this is a flower, if I make a copy of it and I change its shape, I am converting its shape over here. Now you can see that I am drawing right now this one, how it looks like. Let me click it and let me change its color. And now I'm making its copies. You can see that it is also having the line outline. I'm drawing it in some other color. Let me change it to some other color.